Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick video here while Jimmy's live. I don't know if you guys watch Jimmy Dore. I've always kind of been a fan of Jimmy. And this whole like David Sirota, Medicare for All, Jimmy Dore thing, I don't know if you guys are following this or not, but he's live right now. And so I'm going to play a little bit of this and see what's going on.
Which is super hard because everybody in comedy tells you don't talk about politics. Because if you talk about politics, as Jay Leno says, you go from being a comedian to a humorist to a satirist, and then you're out of the business. And I did it anyway. Every club owner, every agent told me, don't talk about this stuff. And I did it anyway. And I got an hour special on Comedy Central, and it won awards. And that creates space for other people to do the exact same thing. To use comedy and art to forward ideas politically.
Well, I agree with that.
And that was due. I took a lot of kicks in the teeth. Just like I'm taking kicks in the teeth to give people health care.
So I'll explain this real quick for those who don't really know what's going on. And I still don't know exactly where I'm at on this story. But basically what happened here is we're getting ready to vote for the Speaker of the House. And so, of course, everyone in the Democratic Party has just decided that this is... What the hell's going on? Jimmy just got up and walked off.
When Jimmy talks about when he got sick with the rare bone disease and how that, that's what people are struggling with right now.
I didn't know he had a rare bone disease.
The most important thing in their life right now, facing a pandemic, facing unemployment, facing losing their shelter. And it wasn't that long ago that our family was dealing with that. It wasn't that long ago that we had.
So really, I think he just got upset and walked off because he's so passionate about this. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, my dogs are constantly like right here. I noticed in my last video, I didn't even see my Yorkie. But anyway, what's going on here is Jimmy has started pushing for the idea that since we're going to be voting for the Speaker of the House and that the Democratic establishment has pretty much decided that they're going to be sticking with Nancy Pelosi, even though that's the dumbest thing in the world because she's awful. But the establishment loves her, and she does her stupid claps and rips up her paper, but she never actually gets anything done or does anything progressive or anything whatsoever. So anyway, we're getting ready to vote for her in the House. And so Jimmy Dore says, why did we not take what squad members, what real true progressives in the progressive caucus that we have and say, listen, we have enough votes here that we are not going to vote for you for Speaker of the House. We are going to withhold our vote unless you bring the Medicare for All bill on the floor for a vote. So this is the question. Is this strategically what we should do right now? And I'm going to try and lay out both sides of this. So basically what's really happening here is you have the Jimmy side that's saying we have all these Democrats that say they support Medicare for All. They've said it in the past. They may say it still today, but it's just this. It's just talk. And you can say whatever the hell you want until you actually have to put a yes or no, down or up vote on something. And then we have you on the record. And we say, we have X amount of Democrats that support this. Medicare for All actually polls extremely high amongst Democrats, well over 60%. Last polls were closer to 70. So basically the only people in the Democratic Party that do not want Medicare for All are your establishment neolibs. You've got Schumer, Pelosi, the Feinsteins, these people have big ties to the insurance companies. They are deep in the pockets of the insurance lobby, and they do not want Medicare for All. They just don't. And it makes too much money. Both sides don't want it. So we have to say, okay, we know that this Medicare for All vote in the House is not going to go anywhere. We know this. We understand this, that it, even if it went past the House and got to the Senate, it's not going to happen right now. We understand that. That's not the Jimmy Dore side of things, or something was happening here on the Jimmy Dore show. I really don't.
Hello. All right. So what I have to find right now, what did I want to? I want to go to YouTube. I want to go to the Jimmy Dore show, and I'm going to show you how to join our email, Jimmy Dore.
Wow, they're really off the rails
Dore
tonight.
Show. Here we go. Come on, YouTube.
Jimmy just got up and walked off, and then I don't know if he got upset, and then I don't know what Steph's doing now. They're off the rails here. Okay, anyway, let me finish my thought here. So the AOC, the people that are pushing AOC to do the vote for the House, to get all the Democrats on board, or on record, I should say, that is a strategic vote that just shows, that will show the public and everyone who in the Democratic Party supports Medicare for All, as it is right now, officially. They had to vote on it. You had to say yes or no. So now we know. Okay, so that's what Jimmy's pushing for. Others are pushing for this as well. And I'm going to be honest, when I first heard it, I thought, well, fuck yeah, no brainer. Let's do that. It's a great idea. Let's do it. Very reactionary on it. That was my first thought. But then I got to thinking about it. And I thought, well, if we do this, and what happens is a majority of the Democratic Party is going to follow Nancy Pelosi's lead. That's just kind of how things are done. And if we force this and piss off Nancy Pelosi, as the squad says, fuck you, we're not going to vote for you unless you do this, then it's a very good possibility that Nancy would basically exert her influence over the majority of the Dems to, we're going to vote on it, but you're going to vote down on it. And she has that influence. I do think that she could get a lot of people to vote down on it. And then your symbolic vote to see who is up and down is really a waste of time, because she basically just went and threatened all of these people with her influence and said, no, we're not going to vote for this. And so now you have the vote come up on the House. A lot of Democrats that are scared to vote for it because Pelosi's, now that the vote's happening, they know Pelosi's going to still be Speaker because the squad's going to go ahead and vote for her now. And they're saying, yeah, I still don't want to piss off Nancy. And so they don't vote for it. And so then the vote is bad. And then we lose by a lot. And then Nancy Pelosi says, see, it's not popular. That's it. There's the end of any momentum that you had behind it is now done. It's been voted on, it got destroyed, and that's the end of that. And then the squad looks like fucking assholes. Now that is a perfectly legitimate thing that could happen. And there's kind of a third part of that as well, is if you didn't vote in Nancy and if you threatened Nancy and she said, I don't care, I'm still not doing it, and then the squad doesn't vote for her, who are we going to get after that? It could be somebody worse. So I don't know really where I'm at, because I'm fully on board for Medicare for All. I'm fully on board for pushing for Medicare for All. But I just don't know strategically if that's really the right thing to do at this point, or how to go about doing it. I'm an armchair quarterback when it comes to this stuff, and I'm not going to say that I know the ins and outs of how things work, and there may be strategies going on that I don't know about, but from the everyday run-of-the-mill citizen like myself, or as Jimmy says, the pothead jag-off comedian, I think that this makes sense to at least show that a little bit of sway by the squad to say, hey, we're going to hold you up and cause some trouble here if you don't start listening to us. And every time we're adding more and more people to the Progressive Caucus. So I think we're doing good. We're on the right track. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on with the Jimmy Dore Medicare for All, David Sirota. David Sirota was Bernie's Bernie advisor, and a very good journalist, and even Jimmy will say, but they were going at it over how to do it, and it got nasty, and of course it goes on Twitter, and Jimmy is kind of petty sometimes, and it gets ugly. And I wish that we would stop infighting like this as people on the left. We just eat each other alive when we really shouldn't. So anyway, I just wanted to try and explain that to everybody. Look up David Sirota, look up Jimmy Dore, look up Kyle Kalinske, look up, Vosh is good. If you listen to Vosh or watch him, he's talked about it. And it's, there's a good discussion there. I don't know what the right thing is to do, but that's, somebody smarter than me will figure that out. So anyway, thank you for watching the Be Progressive Show. I am Brandon Neal. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and we'll see you next time.